Thank God it's a Friday. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. It's just 70 days before Christmas. Ngayon ay October 16, 2020. Welcome po sa isa na namang edisyon ng The Stock Market Today. Ako po si Benji Chidoro, nag-aanyaya na samahan ninyo ako at sabay nating tignan ang pinaka-latest na balita tungkol sa resulta ng ating PSEI. Ang resulta ng trading sa PSE, lahat ng yan dito lamang sa October 16, 2020, TGIF edition ng The Stock Market Today. Bago pong lahat, basahin po muna natin ang ating mga reminders. At habang binabasa po natin ito, kung first time niyo po dito sa aking channel, ay nag-start po ako magbigay ng daily stock market reports noong August. Inaanyayahan ko po kayong mag-subscribe sa aking channel para palagi po tayong updated sa mga balita at impormasyon tungkol sa stock market at ang mga active na stocks sa merkado. Ako po ay isang retired employee ng isa sa pinakamalaking bangko sa Pilipinas. Naging OFW din po ako nung ma-assign po ako sa aming branch sa Hong Kong bilang head ng compliance. At mga 8 months din po akong namalagi sa ibang bansa. At pagkatapos mo noon ay na-assign po ako sa biyaya ng Diyos na maging Chief Compliance Officer ng isang subsidiary ng bangko. And since early 2000 ay nag-start po akong mag-invest regularly sa UITFs at pagkatapos ay sa stocks. Maraming salamat po at dito muna tayo sa ating mga balita. Ang una nating balita ay tungkol sa global kalagayan ng ating global markets. Mula sa Inquirer.net, Global Stocks Plunge on Virus Restrictions, US Jobs Data. According to the news article, global stock markets plunged Thursday, with investor sentiment hammered by fears that higher coronavirus restrictions could derail the tentative economic recovery. In London, equities closed 1.7% lower after the British government announced that capital faces more stringent coronavirus restrictions as case number rise. In Paris suffered a drop of more than 2% after the French government announced a curfew for the capital and 8 other cities, covering almost a third of the country's population for as long as 6 weeks. Sa Frankfurt naman, the stocks lost 2.5% after Germany also ramped up COVID-19 restrictions, while the EU disease control agencies labeled more than half of the bloc's member states as red zones as the new map to guide countries' decisions on travel restrictions. So sa ibang mga stock markets naman sa New York, ang Dow Jones ay down 0.01%. Ang S&P 500 is also down by 0.2%, while the Nasdaq is both 0.5% down. And the FSTE in London is 1.7% down. The DAX in Frankfurt is also down by 2.5%. So let's take a look at the other news. Dito naman sa atin, stocks inch sideways on lack of fresh catalysts. The main index ended mostly flat on Thursday but still closed in the green territory, showing investors continue to tread cautiously while waiting for a strong market driver. So, as we reported yesterday, the index increased by 13 points or 0.22%. And without a catalyst, it will continue to move sideways. So, according to research analyst Claire Aviar, the local bourse was able to make gains in the session, but trading remained in sideways movement as investors are watching the developments over the 2021 national budget. The PSEI ended in the red today. It closed at 98.47 or 39.86 points below the previous day's close. That's 0.67% decline. There was net foreign selling, which continued at 972.17 million. If we'll take a look at the indices, the industrials, mining, and properties registered a positive change led by the mining at 10.79% or 720 points. However, the financials, the holding companies, and the services declined. This was led by the holding companies at 1.48%. The all-share indices also ended in the red at 0.10% decline. 118 companies advanced, 89 companies declined, while 46 remained unchanged. Ito po yung candlestick. So again, the PSEI moved sideways, but on a declining pattern. Okay, let's now take a look at the most active stocks. We will be reviewing the following. We will be reviewing APX, Pure Gold, Merrimart, MPI, Dito, MER, PX, Now, MBT, PXP, and APX. So now let's go to the first stock. That's APX. APX had a gap up. Actually, it ended in the red, and it had a huge gap up. It opened at 232, and yesterday's closing was 1.55. I guess it started at more than 50%. So that is why balikan natin to. 34.84% yung increase niya. Anyway, the movement of the price is quite unusual. The present support I see at 1.77, and the present resistance is at 2.33, almost the opening price. And the historical basis for that is quite far. So dito na siya sa bandang 2017, yung last level niya ng resistance, 2.34. Right now, it's too hard to predict on where the prices will go, but if let's try doing a Fibonacci retracement. Let's move this to 1 week, and let's try to do a Fibonacci. If we do a Fibonacci retracement, let's return this to 1 day. Based on the highest level, it may retrace back to 1.94 and move within the support of 232 or 233. So maaring mag-move lang siya within that level. However, there is a huge gap here which has to be filled sometime in the future. We don't know when, but this is sometime. The gap will have to be filled sometime in the future. So yun lang, magre-retrace lang siya within these levels. Maaring dito sa 1.77 or yung first level niya ng fill is at 194. Okay, let's go to the next stock, Pure Gold, the next most active stock. Pure Gold continued to move downwards. Ano kaya? Bakit kaya ganito yung movement ng stock? It reached the support level of 41.40. And is there volume? Yes, there is selling volume. Pero pababa siya. And if it continues to move downwards, the next level that I see is dito na. Let's place horizontal ray. Ito ang pinakamalapit eh. Mga 40.5 na yung next level niya. So dito na siya, or it may retest this level also, yung 39.23, but that is the lower level already. But the nearest one that I see is 40.5. And the next level will be 39, about that level. There was net foreign selling. So yung mga pandemic stocks are moving downwards. Let's take a look at the next one. Merrimart ba? Okay, it's Merrimart. Okay, Merrimart. Merrimart ended with a doji. Okay, it almost reached the resistance of 360, but the sellers pushed the prices down. So the resistance level, it may retest this resistance level of 326, but it is now at 339. Now there is a small volume here, and since it ended in a doji, most probably what will happen is that there may be profit taking on Monday. So ingat lang tayo dito, because right now what happened today was that the sellers lord it over the buyers. And since this is a Friday, natural lamang na magkaroon ng profit taking. Anything can happen on Monday, but most probably baka magpatuloy yung profit taking dito sa Merrimart. Unless the buyers would overpower the sellers, then the price would continue to move up or would move sideways. Okay, our next stock would be MPI. Kahapon sideways to ang ano ko eh. Ang tingin ko dito sideways, so sideways pa rin. The stock appears bullish and the EMA20 is still under the candlesticks, but the movement of the stock appears to be moving in the horizontal direction. So dito lang siya nag-move sa box na ito. Some call this the Darvas box. Okay, so I see the resistance at 4.07 and support at 375. So within this level lang siya mag-move. Now, the RSI is at 58 level, almost, well, not yet oversold at that point. Okay, let's take a look at the next stock. Dito CME Holdings, nagko-consolidate din siya. And I see the nearest resistance at this level and the nearest support at this level. So within support and resistance lang siya gagalaw. Now, if you're doing range trading, you can probably enter at 545, 544 and exit at 709 and earn the difference, earn the spread. There is net foreign buying at 430, but there is no volume here. So parang ano pa rin to, support and resistance pa rin ang galaw niya. Let's take a look at MER. MER tahimik lang to, pero matindi. MER continues to move upwards. It surged to 6.6 points or 2.31% increase. So right now, the stock is at 292 and there was volume today, so it may retest the 300 level in the coming days at 294. But there is another level which is higher than that, mga 303, 302 nandito siya. Kasi ito yung next draw nga natin. But ayaw niya. Okay, nasa 300 level siya. 303, 302 level. After that, it tests the 292 or 293 level. Okay? Or 294 level. After the 294, it's 303 already. So, the stock is very strong and will continue to move upwards. So the next stock that we will check is PX. Okay, Philex Mining. Nag-gap up din to. Nagkaroon siya ng gap up. And it opened at 560. The previous close was 472. So, nag-gap up siya ng malaki. More than 20.76%. No? Pero if you take a look at the prices of gold, kasi earlier during the day, tumaas yung gold so tumaas din siya. So right now, nandito siya sa resistance level at 556 area. No? Nasa 570 siya ngayon. Pero it's opened at 560 or near the 556 area. So, depende pa rin yung presyo nito sa actual prices of gold in the market. Okay, that is my take for the stock. Next would be after PX, tingnan natin Sinaw. Sinaw mukhang naglalaylo na Sinaw pero active stock pa rin siya. Now, ended flat, low G. So it ended flat and tingnan natin nasan ba yung support and resistance nito. Ang support niya is currently here. I'm sorry, the resistance is currently here. Minsan ko, yan. And the support is currently, nandito siya. Yan. 4.47, 4.50. So it's within that area. The stock continues to move. And right now it is on an upward trend based on our EMA20 short-term indicator. There was net foreign buying at 333.12 thousand. So, maliit lang. So, based on this, upward pa rin ang trend niya. And the RSI is also upwards. So, the next let's take a look at MBT. Si MBT naman, nag-profit taking siya today. So it ended 2.15% lower. Kaya lang upward pa rin yung upward pa rin yung movement ng stock, So maaari nagpahinga lang to today and before it continues its upward trend. So it's right now sitting at support at 40.90. And there was net foreign buying today, 43.81. In the past few days, actually, I think 2 linggo yung nakita kong successive foreign buying ito. Very bullish yung mga institutional investors dito, yung mga foreign investors dito. Okay, so the support is at 40.8, and resistance is at the 42 area. And I see that the stock would continue to move higher. Next stock natin, PXP. Ito, very active stock to. Gap up din siguro ito. Actually, hindi mo makita yung candlestick . Hindi mo siya makita. Ito siya. Very flat to. Opened at 7.72 and it closed at 7.72. Kasi what happened there was that nung nagbukas siya, nakita niya yung 50% increase from the previous close. So, hanggang doon na lang siya. Hindi siya pwedeng mag-increase kasi makikita nyo na lahat ng available ay yung mga buyers. Mga buyers dito. So, nag-entertain lang sila ng mga sellers. Okay? Sellers on the stock. So, hindi siya pwedeng tumaas, pero pwede siyang bumaba. Okay? Kaya kanina, tinitingnan ko to, oops, nasan ba yung candlestick? Hindi mo ba talaga makikita? Kasi nandito siya 7.72. Opened at 7.72. And it closed at 7.72. Kaya wala ka makikita. Ang laki ng volume. Tapos na yung net foreign selling on the stock. Okay? And PXP, most probably, would also follow the gold prices. And then finally, we have AXP or APX. Baliktad, APX. Another mining stock. Yun, may gap up na naman siya. Kapareho nung PXP, PX, at yung mga nireview nating stocks. Ito, pababa naman siya. So, it opened at 332, which is higher than the previous closing. Napakalaki, mga 40% siguro yung tinaas nito. And then it closed at 209. And just like my review on the PX, it will follow the price of gold. So, nandito yung nearest resistance niya at 1.77. The nearest support is 234 or near doon sa opening price niya. Yan ang ating report for today. Thank God it's a Friday. Ito po si Benji Chidoro, laging nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Marami pong salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik. Happy weekend and see you on the next episode. Salamat po.